Hi everyone, I'm Eliza, like Darren said, and I'm so happy to be here with you today. So our agenda, quickly, we're going to tell you a little history about Social Annex, what we do, and then more history, we'll talk about how people have been using UGC up through last year. And then we're going to launch into what's new and innovative for UGC in 2016, and then we'll answer your questions. And you can submit your questions at any time through the chat. So, a little bit about Social Annex. I'm guessing that you're at least slightly familiar with us since you're watching this webinar. But for the uninitiated, we make omni-channel customer loyalty and advocate marketing solutions. Our mission, simply stated, is to turn browsers into buyers, buyers into loyal customers, and loyal customers into advocates who then deliver more shoppers to you. We're headquartered in Los Angeles, where I am today, very early in the morning. And we have offices in the UK, like Darren said, and in India. And we're growing a lot. Just next month, we're adding over 20 people to our team, and our applications currently generate 2 billion clicks a month. So our 6 suites of products are login services, customer loyalty, sharing and referrals, user-generated content, visual commerce, and contests. So we have a unified platform with all of these solutions on them, and they're modular. So, companies can implement customer loyalty, but nothing else, or they could add in visual commerce, etc. And these solutions provide solutions for you at every step of the customer journey, whether you're looking to increase site traffic, convert more shoppers, retain them, and so on. So now that the salesy talk is out of the way, let's get down to the meat of the presentation, user-generated content and reviews. Beyond reviews, as you'll see, this area covers questions and answers, photos, and videos. So user-generated content, also known as UGC, is extremely popular, as I'm sure you're aware. Over 60% of consumers seek out UGC before making a purchase. Just last night, I was on Amazon looking for mascara of all things, and I probably read about 20 different reviews. So let's take a look at how sites have been benefiting from UGC up through 2015. So the main purpose, of course, is conversion. Everyone does this by providing helpful information and social proof, so shoppers have more knowledge about the products that they might buy. And another big benefit of UGC is SEO boosts. I'm sure you see often in Google results the star ratings that appear, like on this Amazon Kindle Paperwhite example we have. So we conducted reviews of some of the most popular e-commerce destinations in both Asia and Europe. And 72.5 of the Asian sites that we surveyed had product reviews. We looked at over 40. So the formats and capabilities of the reviews are mixed, however, with a few of the sites featuring photos in the content. Many of the review templates just contain the basics, name, review, and star rating. Despite this simplicity, social reviews with comments and voting enabled are fairly common. And so among the European sites that we surveyed 58, 53% have ratings and reviews. So 21 of those 31 sites have social features like comments and voting capabilities, but none of the sites, strangely enough, appear to have photos included in the reviews. And more specifically, none of the Spanish sites we surveyed had review sections. The French and German groups each only had one website without this UGC. Reviews are also more common on the Italian and Russian sites. So it looks like, kind of generally speaking, reviews in UGC are very underutilized in Europe and the UK. So with that in mind, let's take a look at 10 new concepts for UGC in 2016. So perhaps the most important development, as I kind of just noted, is that we're transitioning from text-only content to photos and videos. So the most innovative application of visual content is to intertwine it with text. so you can create a multi-dimensional view of your products and brand. So 55% of UK shoppers have delayed or decided against a purchase due to unhelpful product photos. And specifically in terms of UGC, 66% of UK consumers trust consumer photos more than brand images. And of course, we know that videos are vital for content marketing nowadays. 1 in 2 shoppers are more confident in a purchase after seeing a video, and UGC fan videos get 10 times more views on YouTube than branded videos. So here we have an example of how fan photos of a product augment shoppers' understanding of it. We get more context, different views, and a better comprehension of how, in this case, a Darth Vader shower head can fit into our lives. And when you're using a visual commerce solution, you have dynamic product association, as you see in this image. And so that enables shoppers to always know exactly which product they're seeing, and they can click right through to the product page. And reviews with photos, and visual commerce get 40% more engagement than text UGC alone. So we're seeing a more multifaceted way in which consumers can contribute content. Reviews integrated with visual commerce aren't just reports of a product, they're entire experiences. And visual UGC also enables discovery. Browsers can look at the gallery and get inspired by what they see. In this example, a shopper may have initially visited Bed Bath & Beyond's site to purchase, say, a coffee maker. But when glancing at the homepage with the visual commerce gallery, they'll see shower curtains and coffee mugs and might explore more and purchase more. So overall, visual commerce increases conversion by 5 to 7% on average. That's overall conversion for the site. And one of our electronics clients found that each photo in its visual commerce gallery adds $6 of revenue. So, when you have, say, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, that really adds up. And so overall, visitors who view product videos are 85% more likely to buy. Our second concept is personalization within the context of UGC. So the first action that everyone takes probably when they look at product reviews is to look at the lowest ratings. It's not necessarily to see who's talking trash, but it's to understand who dislikes the product and why they do. If the negative reviews don't speak to the shopper's goals and desires, then those reviews don't matter to them. So that's insight into how we should be applying website behavior to reviews. So for example, lots of websites might have a gift category. If someone comes to a product page through that gallery or category, we should be showing them reviews that relate to the product being a present. And similarly, if someone arrives at a product page by searching the site for the term gift, the reviews and other UGC that show up should be relevant to that. And so sporting equipment is another example of how vital personalization is. So I'm personally a novice skier, and I wouldn't be interested in any skis that are only good for experts. I need products and product reviews in UGC that relate to beginning skiers. Essentially, few products work the exact same way for everyone. Whether I'm shopping for skis or face cream or a power drill, I'm going to have different needs than certain other customers. So that's why sorting functions, tags, and subratings are so necessary. While many review platforms have them, most don't sync them up with browsing history, purchase history, wish list, search history, or any other customer data they have. So they show all customers the exact same reviews. And shoppers shouldn't have to search for relevant reviews. You should be delivering that content right to them. And so you can see in this example, the fit rating image is for a shoe. So we have comfort, arch support, size, and width. So someone who has wide feet will be really interested in how the shoe fits in terms of width. And this brings me to our next concept, which is context and relevance. If you integrate social login with UGC, you can deliver the most relevant content to shoppers by showing them reviews, photos, and videos from their Facebook friends or friends of friends. You can also sync up visual commerce with the browser's shopping history, past purchases, wish list, and so on. If you always use a certain website, for example, to purchase women's shoes, like I do, I have tons of past orders of shoes and wish lists full of shoes. So the visual commerce I see should primarily be related to women's shoes. It wouldn't help me convert if I'm seeing, for example, men's watches or men's footwear. And you can deliver a highly relevant UGC experience by harnessing geographic data too. You should show shoppers what's popular in their area and how other people are using your products around town. And so in this example, Fry, the maker of leather goods, has a Fry Life hashtag that they use to divide up based on geography. So here we see how Fry shoes look on Broome Street in Manhattan. But so how do you get all of this UGC that you want to deliver to customers? You have to solicit it. 90% of negative reviews are unsolicited, and 90% of positive reviews are solicited. So, of course, we need to solicit. And up through last year, the best approach to UGC solicitation was to use a timetable. So, if you're selling seasonal goods, you would send a solicitation email 7 days after the product has arrived. Or if you're selling perishable goods, you'd send that email 7 to 14 days after the product arrived, and so on. But today, though, we have what Social Annex calls our Smart Engagement Algorithm, or the SEA. We track open, click, and conversion rates, coupled with factors like time, personal and historical data, and product type in order to automate UGC solicitation emails. And this algorithm continually tests for the best time, day of week, and so on to send these emails. So it's always improving the solicitation. And it's a best practice to incentivize the contribution of UGC, whether it's by looping it in with loyalty rewards, in this example, or by connecting it to contests like Loft did here. Once you properly incentivize and solicit your audience, you'll want to take full advantage of all that great content. So in other words, you need to amplify it. 80% of a marketing campaign's reach comes from social amplification. If you're not boosting your UGC with owned, earned, and paid media, you're not making the most of this. I love this example from UGG Australia, who got Kylie Jenner to take a selfie wearing their boots. I'm sure she was paid a lot of money to do it, but they amplified it with paid Instagram ads. And because it's a selfie and it's of Kylie Jenner, who has millions and millions of followers, it blends right in with what most people are seeing on their Instagram feeds anyway. So it appears completely organic. And Facebook ads with UGC have a 23% better performance than ads without it. And email is also a great way to amplify UGC. Doing so results in, on average, 1.7 times higher click-through rates. And retargeting ads with UGC have a 2.5 times higher click-through rate. So we're seeing that you can amplify UGC with your other marketing efforts while simultaneously making those efforts perform better with UGC. And so our next point concerns the transformation from loyal customer into brand advocate. And just to give a short definition, advocates they don't even necessarily have to be your loyal customers, but they're shoppers who will talk positively about your brand. They'll refer friends, they'll write reviews, they will answer questions, and so on. So they're kind of actually your volunteer marketers, so to speak. And as we've hinted at before, all UGC programs work better with incentives. When you link UGC contributions with loyalty points, you create a comprehensive ecosystem that rewards shoppers for engaging with your business at a number of different touch points. So Olympus Camera's loyalty program, for example, rewards customers for writing reviews, referring friends, submitting photos to their gallery, and even just for connecting with the business on Facebook and Twitter. When you attach UGC to loyalty, you gain much deeper insights into who your customers are, who your advocates are, their preferences, and so on. So another way of creating a more dimensional UGC effort is community, community, community. I'm just going to say community one more time. I was actually watching that show last night. So to continue with the Olympus example, their user photo gallery is a really amazing example of the kind of community that businesses can create around their products and the UGC associated with them. And not to brag too much, but this was our implementation. So users can upload photos and comment and vote on each other's work. All the photos have dynamic product associations, so users can see which Olympus camera, lens, and so on were used in the picture. And all of this is attached to their loyalty program, so users get points for sharing their images and contributing to the Olympus community. The skincare line, Dr. Brandt, meanwhile, has trending boards that have a Pinterest-like feel. Users can comment and like the contributions and make their own boards and share them. And so other ideas for UGC communities that live within a brand's ecosystem are things like collaborative shopping lists, visual commerce combined with recipes for a customer cooking community if you sell food or cooking products, social wish lists, or visual commerce and reviews integrated with the social fitness community if you sell sporting goods or athletic wear. And social visual commerce, for example, can allow couples to show their enjoyment of their wedding gifts that they had on their registry, and so on. So in that example, it would be a very interactive way of couples thanking their friends and family for those gifts. And so when you have all of these resources for obtaining more customer data, you can enhance your customer profiles with UGC for both customer ease of use and more targeted marketing for your ease of use. On Customers My Account page, you should show them all the reviews they've submitted with their statuses, all the questions submitted and answers given, all images and videos uploaded with the statuses, UGC for all the products they've purchased, personalized galleries for the reviews they've written, and reviews and galleries personalized based on their purchase history and browsing data. So you can do a lot with that. And this empowers you to gain deeper insights, target your marketing efforts towards customers who've interacted with UGC, and segment and target totally new customers based on the UGC history, purchase, and browsing history, and social graph data of the customers who referred them or with whom they're Facebook friends. And you can add another dimension to your campaigns by marketing them and using them for marketing in your brick and mortar stores. Displaying UGC on screens in-store is a surprisingly effective, but of course simple and very straightforward way to give your shoppers more information and context as they browse in your stores. So here we see an example of Nine West, the shoe brand, showing off their visual commerce of customers enjoying their photos in the area in which customers can try on their shoes. And Forever 21 is a great example of doing something more elaborate. You could do a photo booth in store that automatically uploads to a digital display. And Forever 21 did something that they called a thread screen. So they hired an agency to make a large analog screen made out of spools of thread, which they displayed in their NYC flagship store. They told their audience to use a special hashtag on Instagram in order to have their images show up on the screen. It got tons of press, and customers were really excited to interact with what amounted to an art installation. So it made them feel very connected to the brand. And so finally, we've come to our 10th point, which is to measure everything. For UGC, the metrics that you need to monitor are submissions, approvals, coverage, so products with or without reviews, positive and negative sentiment, and ratings breakdowns. And in terms of finances, obviously you need to track revenue generated by your program, who your influencers are, the orders that they've referred, conversion, and organic traffic. And merchandisers should keep a close eye on the highest and lowest rated products, the most and least reviewed products, fastest rising and falling products, shipping issues, fit issues, and quality issues. And so with that, I'm going to hand it back to Darren for questions.
Great, thank you very much, Eliza. Some very insightful thoughts and examples there. So I hope that's been useful to everyone. Yeah, I mean, I think we all agree. UGC's been with us for a while now. So it's important that that you as retailers and us as suppliers to to the retail industry are constantly evolving, UGC and ways that that your customers can engage with the brand. It can only be a good thing. So look, if you do have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat box. During the course of the presentation, we have had a couple of questions come in. So I'll put those to you now, Eliza. But if you do have any others, please do feel free. The first one is this: when people hashtag images, should we request for rights before we publish them, or are we allowed to publish them automatically?
So across the board, we recommend that you request rights. A good visual commerce solution will allow you to do this right from your dashboard, and it'll show you the chain of requests and permissions for a certain photo. And all that you need to do is from the dashboard, you click Request Rights, and then a comment will show up on the specific person's Instagram photo saying something like, "Hi, we love your photo. We really want to use it. If you agree to us using it, please post a comment saying #yes," and then the brand. And so if you request rights, then you can use the image or video in all of your other marketing efforts, like ads and emails. And if you don't request rights, you can only use the visual content within your visual commerce gallery and nowhere else. There was an example, a story about a mother who posted an Instagram photo of her child wearing Crocs shoes, and she used the hashtag Crocs. And Crocs automatically used her photo without asking for permission. And she got very upset, and it went kind of viral. And so that's an example of what we don't want to do. And we have a blog post that I wrote a few months ago that goes into more detail about permissions for visual commerce, if you're still curious.
Excellent. Thanks, Eliza. A related question, actually, as well, is that's come through is how is it possible to get quality control with UGC images?
Well, that's something that you could also do straight from your dashboard, because when you do visual commerce, you're going to encourage customers to use a certain hashtag. Whether it's in the Fry example, #FryLife, or for Page Denim, I think the hashtag is something like Love Page. And so you will automatically get a stream of all of those hashtag photos in your dashboard. So whoever is on your content curation team or your social team can just look at all of them through the dashboard and pick and choose the ones that they want to use.
Cool. Okay, that's great. Thank you. And we have one more, and that is, how do you recommend encouraging customers to submit things like videos, for example?
So videos, it's kind of a special category because I think a lot of customers are more hesitant to take the time to record something and put it out there on the internet. Taking a photo is much easier, and you don't have to worry about what your voice sounds like, or someone laughing at something silly you do. And so it's straightforward to loop video contributions in with a loyalty program like we've discussed before. But you might want to give users extra points for submitting videos over photos because of their hesitance. So you can launch creative contests in which you challenge users to work within a unique and exciting framework in order to win gift cards or some special experiential prize. And if you'd like to do a more straightforward contest in order to increase the number of entries, that can be really effective too.
Yep. Yeah, I think I'd agree with that actually. So yeah, cool. Okay. Okay. So I don't think we have any more questions, unless there's any other sort of last minute.
We did have one great comment. Someone said, "OMG, I want to buy the Darth Vader shower head."
I know, I read
Which
that
I
myself.
love, and I'm sure Bed Bath & Beyond will be very happy that we have given them one more customer. So thanks
Yes.
for that.
Well, you know where to get a Darth Vader shower head now. So
Bed
that's
Bath
all
&
good.
Beyond
So.
has a ridiculous amount of very silly Star Wars memorabilia. They also have a Darth Vader toaster. It's very popular.
I'm sure it is, especially at the moment. So, okay, look, well, look, I think we're there. There's no more questions that have come through. So, we'll say thank you very much for your attendance. I hope that's been a useful sort of insight into the possibilities of how we can enhance our investment in UGC. We will, as I mentioned at the beginning, we will send you a recording of this webinar. But for now, thank you very much and have a great day.
Yes, thank you so much. And if anyone has more questions that they think of later, please direct them to Darren. His email is dlight@socialannex.com, or to me. My email is efisher, Fisher, at Social Annex. So yeah, we're happy to give you more information whenever you want it. So thanks so much for attending today. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you and goodbye.